Good day, Internet. Henry. And welcome to an episode of After Campfire. This is a very interesting episode of After Campfire, because if you can't tell where I am by, the sun, birds, and such, you might be able to tell based on this image. And if you can't tell based on this image, then let me be a bit more clear with this image. And if you can't tell based on that, I don't know why you're watching this show. Regardless, last week I was in Israel, and I forgot to ask Henry a question, and I recorded vertically. But you can't blame me. I was in a rush, and I was climbing a mountain, and it was a cool time. But now I am actually at camp with the always amazing, where is he? There, Terry. Look at him mow, what a hero. Anyway, I'm at camp, and I've got a question from Henry I've got a couple questions from Henry to answer. So I'm going to start off with the first one. I really like the idea that you presented. I think for me, I use this as a very big way, as sort of like a journal, but also to keep in contact with other people. I like seeing what other people from camp are doing. That's why I love reading the comments. And see what their views are. Because camp and life haven't been just about me, or it hasn't been just about you, Henry. It's kind of been this big conglomerate of a lot of people that we've been fortunate to meet and fortunate to interact with, and overwhelmingly, it's just been crazy. So I think that one of the things I would love to do is I would love to work with Calvin and Joe and Ian and Mark and see if we can make this a bigger thing for the camp. Where you do ask us questions and I get a bunch of people to answer them. I want to get Mark on this show. I've spoken to Isaac. Isaac is willing to be on this show. I have to talk to Ian, but the moral of the story is it needs to happen. Now, as for your other question about rainy day activities, it depends. Like with the juniors, I loved the activity we do where we just kind of tell stories and talk. They like it. I like it. It keeps kids quiet. And it's fun. Like, it's actually fun, especially if it's interactive. I think that it's not the best, though. I think ones where the kids get to be more active. I love where we send just all the kids to the sports center and open up as many indoor activities as possible. I think that's good. I think opening up the arts and crafts pavilion and like those kinds of activities is good. I think the closest we can get to a regular schedule using rainy day activities, the better. My favorite one that we've ever had, my favorite rainy day activity we've ever had, it was definitely when I was a bit younger. We had the rainy day activity of, we brought all the juniors together and we did a giant boys versus girls, like battle of the sexes kind of thing. But it wasn't just like asking questions and doing stuff like that. We had an obstacle course built. We built a whole obstacle course for these kids, and it was so cool to watch how pumped they all got, and like this and that, and like it was really fun. My least favorite rainy day activity, I'm looking around because Joe Clinton, if he ever watches this, is going to hate me. I do not like horse racing. I do not know how anyone likes horse racing. I think it is such a depressing rainy day activity. I think it was better when we had cabin points, and cabin points were a thing that existed. And if you don't know what cabin points are, you're too young for this show. Cabin points were like a thing when being a team as a cabin actually mattered. Anyway, regardless, again, my question actually for you, Henry, is a little bit different, because being up here and seeing all these staff members, seeing the returners that came for pre-camp, the new people that are here for pre-camp, and seeing, you know, the camp getting put together, it makes me think a lot about, you know, the past of camp. Like, talking to Isaac for me is just always cool. Talking to Ian has been kind of surreal. But specifically, it's got me thinking about, like, the counselors I would love to see come back to camp. Whether it was from when I was a kid or whether it was when I was staff. So my question for Henry, and for anyone that wants to comment down below, if you could see any staff member return to Camp Lohican, who would it be and why? Now, I'm going to put one big rule in this. No one can answer Henry. He has lost this rule mostly because Isaac says that he misses you horribly. And that's completely unfair. So anyone other than Henry is allowed to be your answer. So if there was like a counselor that you had as a camper that was awesome, if there was a counselor that like you remember being friends with when you were staff, who would it be that you would love to bring back and why? What did they bring to camp? Not why because they were my best friend. What did they bring to camp that made them worthy of this for you? You know, like that's my question. And my suggestion, Henry, is I'm gonna probably call you later in the week so that we can plan out how we're gonna do these. Cause planning it out via video when Calvin's not here, when Mark's not here, when Joe's not here, and when most of the kids aren't here is gonna be kind of difficult. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna call you later this week so we can figure this out. Alright? With that said, my name's Sam Rubenstein. This is before, after Campfire pre-camp thing. It's pre-camp, baby. I'm covered in paint. I'm covered in chemicals. I'm cleaning the camp. I'm having fun. It's pre-camp. It's after Campfire. That's so confusing. Alright, I'll speak to you guys later.